multi-stream to the Scotty Photon. All right. It's public. That's in how to. Oops, I forgot to add a thumbnail as well. Oh well. Let's see. Let's pull up stream music. I guess it's fun. All right. Yeah, I noticed today I got an email. Apparently, I have this really old app. It's from 2015 or so. And it's just like a text box, a copy button, or a paste button, and a selection button or whatever. And apparently there was some person that made or makes software called EditPad, one word. And my app's name is Quick Paste EditPad. So I guess I'll change the name of it and stuff. Kind of stupid, but whatever. So I need to make different graphics and stuff. Whatever. So I'm going to call it quickly edit, copy, edit, paste and copy. Quickly edit and paste text. Maybe we should make a stupid name. Quickly edit, copy, quickly copy, paste, edit, paste. Oh, it's too long. Wait, let's quickly copy, paste, edit, paste. Could that be a trademarked name? I don't know. Maybe. So I search the trademark database. U.S. trademark search. Oops, let's search for this. Oh, geez. Copy paste is a flippin'. Like, how can copy and paste be a trademark thing when it's a generic computer term? Abandoned, abandoned. Copy and paste. Abandon. So this one's got an ampersand. Oh, there's another one. Downloadable software. Jesus. Sorry. So stupid. quickly copy edit and paste text. Let's see if this is in here. Edit and copy. Holy crap. It's dead and canceled though. At least this one's being a little more creative. Copy edit queen. So stupid. Quickly copy, edit, and paste text. It's not, it's like a sentence, not a app name, so I feel like that should work, right? It says my app icon is not compliant. Since July 2019, all new app icons must conform to new icon specifications. The English United States locale does not have new icons. Upload a new app icon. Adopt the new specification. Whoever designed the Google Play console, the developer side, is on drugs. It's so stupidly complex. All right. Somebody should make sure this is working. Yeah. Is it public? Yeah. Anyways. One of the issues though is that in the special name, like it has an internal name. I don't know if it showed anywhere. But they might complain about that. So I'd have to, in that case, I would probably have to just remake the application because it's such an old thing. I do have the source code, but I mean, there's probably not much to it. But yeah, I'm gonna just change all the graphics for now, and the title, of course. Let me see what was the number of this person's thing. I don't know if I want to show it on screen. Let's see. Yeah, they're on there. They've filed it. So it's recent. But then they have a bunch of past work. I mean, ask ChatGPT if it Anyways. Close that. So I need like a title card thing. Feature graphic. I probably have them somewhere, but man, I don't know where. .psd. It might be in here. Of course, Windows isn't showing me a preview of the images, so it's just like a generic icon. It's irritating. Old projects. Let's see. Oh. All right. Got something. But it looks like an even older version, which isn't super helpful. Yeah. Man. Let me see if the other one's in here. Nope. How's it going? I'm pretty good. How are you? Just working on stuff. I have a really old Android app, and apparently some person back in like 2000 had used two of the words that I used in the title of my app. Watching Twitch. Oh, okay. Your image completion assistant app. Okay. It's cool. Do computer programming? I think I might have to remake the icon here, because I don't see my old one. Let's see. Man. I mean, technically I could use the thing on Google Play. Let's see. Man. Thanks. All good. I don't have alerts on this OBS, but I see it. Let's see. Extract. Some of the stuff I just don't want to show on screen for the moment. This one's probably good. I'll put these in here. Those are just screenshots of the old app. It's so basic. I mean, the person complaining about this is goofy, but whatever. Hide this. It does almost nothing. All you do is copy and paste text. I made this back in 2015. I have a few old apps that I was making back then. And I just, at this point, I've just kept them up running for the sake of it. So, yeah. I haven't updated it in probably 10 years. Although Google Play's systems are so flippin' picky, and they come up with new rules and stuff like every year, and you have to do something to it. But whatever. So at the moment, I hid the application from the Play Store, and I'll make an attempt to republish it after this. The Twitch API. Trying to make a Twitch bot. The rules for what scopes are required change daily. Yeah, not surprised. I've never looked into making Twitch stuff. Lately, most of my programming stuff is related to video editing. So I use a specific video editing program, and then I made scripts in C Sharp, Visual Studio, .NET Framework stuff. And surprisingly, with Gemini's Google Pro, I don't have to do much programming because it's pretty decent at making the code. When I give it enough context, because it's kind of a niche program. So I give it the API documents, and then I give it my existing code, and it's pretty good at making new stuff. Let's see. So the icon needs to be 512 pixels square. Save as. Maybe I'll make a folder for this. And you're saying you just got Google AI Pro as well. Surprisingly amount of cool things with it. Oh, you use Notebook LM, uploaded your camera manuals to it. So I can just say how I do X on this camera. Gives us step-by-step instructions. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah. So you get quick info about your cameras. That's cool. That's a good idea. I haven't used the notepad thing. The thing I'm talking about is called Gemini Pro. So it's in their AI Studio thing. I'm gonna pull up an example. Uh, whoops. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. Whoops. Oh shoot. Is my screen all zoomed? What is going on? Oh. Anyways, that was awkward. Yeah. Let me see what I was showing there. Whoops. All right, yeah, that's what it looks like. Are you saying search engine for sources? Mm. I could show an example of one of the chats in here. Get rid of that. Sorry, my chat window is very tiny, and I have a little screen under my main screen, and I have another screen, but it's kind of difficult to juggle where to put the chats where I can read them decently well. Just saying it's basically like a search engine. Okay. The coding agent Jules. Okay, I'll take a look at it. Actually, let me back up there. See if I can find one of the old script projects. Here's one example. So this one, I gave it the context of the API and all of my project files. Then this one I added okay, I think this one places footage based on time, date information in the files. So if I use a GoPro and I take video, but then later on I wait a few minutes and then turn on the camera again, it'll place the stuff chronologically. And then when I have another script that takes photos and that pushes them onto the timeline based on EXIF information, so they're properly placed on the timeline to fit with the GoPro footage. So I think this specific chat was a modification of that whole idea. But yeah, it's pretty functional. This one, they have the Google Gemini has a contacts window of 1,000,000 tokens, so you can do a lot with it. This one was 272,000 tokens. And on the website, it's free, but if you use the API, it's kind of expensive looking. So I definitely would not do that. Well, $1. That's not terrible. But I don't pay anything with the web version. Let's see. I'm probably not going to be doing any programming, but mostly just trying to fix this listing with all the graphics and stuff. So there's that. There's just some new screenshots I took to replace the existing ones. And then I'm covering over the advertisement thing. It's probably good. Guess I could cover this little Google Drive icon. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Let's see. JU. Let's see what this thing is. Oh. I didn't know they had whatever this is. Asynchronous coding agent. It's a very interesting website. Oh no, this is .google. Is this like an official thing? It's such a weird website. GitHub integration. Virtual machine. Test suite. Huh. Yeah, maybe I would be better off just replacing the existing app and changing the specifier in the app and then rebranding it. I don't know if I even have the Android developer thing on here. Whoops. Android Studio. Switch to here for a second. I don't know what it's going to show when I start the application. It's got something loaded up. It comes with a subscription to like Google One Drive or whatever it's called. I don't have that. 100 tasks per day. Let's see. Oops, I'm just all over the place. Oh man. Should I change the app name? Quickly copy, edit, and paste text. That is so generic. Hopefully there's no trademark for that. Because it doesn't even sound like a product name. Open. Try manifest. Man, I haven't done any Android development in such a long time. And this is a really old Eclipse-based project, and Android Studio is pretty different. But I should probably update the application itself before I do anything. And it's kind of, whoops. Is there anything I need to care about on here? I don't know if there's like some code or ID or something that I shouldn't show. Where's the actual source code? Hmm. Yeah, if I redo this, I'd probably have to change. It does have AdSense in it. I'm surprised it still works in the existing app. You're saying what you like about this is that it's easy to use on mobile. So if you're on the go, someone messaged me, hey, the bot is doing this weird thing. You can pull up on this. Oh, nice. So you can ask it to potentially fix an issue. That's cool. And does it actually do anything, or it's just like a? I mean, if it's integrated into the GitHub, I guess it could push an update. Yeah, that's cool. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. In a way, it feels a little dangerous, but it makes sense because if you're not able to test it, you know. But I mean, if you need something fixed, and then hopefully it fixes it right, you should be good. Yeah. Well, So it's probably going to take a few minutes to update that thing. Yeah, maybe I should do programming instead of whatever this thing is. Oh, as a safeguard, you're never going to commit any changes to existing branches. Oh, it commits to a new branch. And then you can test, merge, etc. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see. So this has some type of AI thing integrated into it as well. It's old. Yes. There you go. Let's see if it actually helps. Yeah, I'll try to look into this a little bit. Vintage. Oh. IDE error occurred. That's cool. Hmm. Formulate migration. Yeah, this is kind of useless. Android X. I don't think this is even looking at the code. Upgrade. Is there like an upgrade thing? Reformat. Reload, repair. I don't know. Yeah, it's not really useful. Yeah. I don't know if I want to do this on stream because I don't know if there's like codes or anything in it or whatever. It's been so long since I've looked at this. Like a publisher code or some crap. Hmm. Like I said, it does have ads in there, so the ad code, like whatever is related to that, would be visible in the code. Hmm. So I got those. Let's see. Showing folder. All right. This is the existing icon. There's not much to it. But I think they said it was not compliant for some reason. So I don't think I can even fully delete a listing on here. Store settings. So listing experiments. Yeah, I should probably redo it because it has a... In Android, they've got a specific bit of text that relates to the app internally, and that has the name of that the person complaining about the IP has the two words in it that they're complaining about, which, whatever. I don't want to get into the stupid legal things. Hmm. Let me see if it is fully unpublished at the moment. I'm not seeing it in here. So maybe it did work that I at least unpublished it for the moment. And there's so many of them. Am I in apps? Yeah. Hmm. Trying to see my old apps. There we go. All right. Yeah, it doesn't show in here. So this is the extent of what I made back in the day. This one's kind of popular, or at least was at one point. Basically a simple star trail calculator thing, although it does use GPS data. And then, yeah, it's all this stuff is really old. 5,000 downloads. Oh boy. 4.5 reviews. 4.5 for the reviews. Hmm. Man, yeah, maybe there's no point even trying to convert the old one. I could just remake it. It is pretty basic. I don't know if I want to waste my time on it, honestly. Hmm. I'll send an email to the person, see how much of a reasonable person they are. Mm. So I'm writing an email to this person. I said I unpublished the app. I made it. I made that back in 2015 and had no idea you existed. Well, your name isn't the same as Quick Paste Edit Pad, and I feel like Edit Pad is a very generic. I understand that. At the time, my idea was physical paper edit pads as to why I use those words. I understand that generic names like oops, at the time. It's so stupid to me that someone who can use it's just how it's structured, how the design of intellectual property and all this crap is designed. Maybe I'd feel differently if someone used my stuff, like the photography bonsai thing, which is possible. I've seen people use variants of it, and yeah, it'd be irritating. So I generally get it, but whatever. It feels like a very generic name. Edit pad. Mm. Mm. me see. I'll read the email out and see if it sounds jerky. I am published app. I made that back in 2015 and had no idea you existed. While your name isn't the same as Quick Paste Edit Pad, and I feel like the name Edit Pad is very generic as a term. I understand that simple word combinations like Photoshop are enforceable by IP law. At the time, my idea was related to a digital version of physical edit pads as to why I used those words. Anyways, best of luck with your software business. And I said I might remake something along the lines of the old apps. Simple. And it designed because I've kept it up there over a decade, almost out of nostalgia. Of course, I will not use edit pad in the name. Whoops. Oh, so cool. Yay. And I'll put on the bottom, best of luck with his software stuff. All right. Let's see if I get a jerky response from that. Anyways. It looks like It looks like I'm going to be getting a quote-unquote free Polaroid camera because I got a response. And I did verify the email address as it's the official domain of Polaroid. So it looks legit. They responded. So that's cool. Although they had one typo in their email, which is kind of funny. So, although they're from the Netherlands, so maybe English is not their specialty. It says, please don't hesitate to come me if you have any questions. I make typos too, so it's just funny. But I have another thing too, that more free, quote unquote, free product. Well, this one has more obligation, and it's cheaper junky. It's not junky, but it's some other small company. I'm kind of curious to see what the stuff is. So that's 2 videos probably. So maybe I'll remake that application at some point. Could be a little project for stream or whatever. It's kind of late. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end. I'm doing these tiny little short streams, but I probably have to wake up earlier if I'm gonna do morning ones. I'm more cognizant at this time, which is good for doing work-like things. But I have to wake up earlier. Anyways, head out for now. Actually, I could look at a little bit of something before I go. Radeon 9070 9070 XT. Whoa. 25% improvement after a firmware update. That's a lot. Oh, raising power limits. Okay. I mean, that's not ideal. Now, if it made it more efficient and faster, but if it's just overclocking it, that's kind of stupid. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It does not unlock compute units. Increases board power from 220 watts to over 300 watts. Why would you want that? Whatever. I've never been really big on overclocking because it just makes your stuff less stable usually. But user report higher power draw. Wow, really? Increased heat and possible instability in idle states. Yeah. Cards with dual BIOS switches are safer for experimentation. Yeah. I mean, it's cool, and if it's a hobby type of thing, sure. But I wouldn't use the computer for anything serious. You know, if you're gonna push the components past their design spec. But the weird and funny thing is that a lot of manufacturers are doing that themselves. Intel with their, I don't know what series of the 1300 or 13,000 series, whatever they're called, and the 12 or the 13 and 14th gen Intel CPUs were basically overclocked too much, and they have a lot of issues. They tried to fix them through firmware, and they did multiple. I mean, not firmware, but technically firmware, but firmware on the motherboard, and then it pushes microcode updates into the CPUs. But anyways, Intel, Nvidia, all these companies are kind of trying to push the limits of performance, but then they basically overclock their stuff and make it crap in some ways. So buying any of the bleeding edge GPUs and stuff like that is just not going to be likely as reliable and stable as a mid-tier GPU because it's pushing the boundaries of the technology. Unless there's a big buffer of that and how fast they clock it, the RAM, the VRAM, like how, and all that too as well. The speed of it and the cast latencies, the timings and things like that. Steam beta adds secure boot and TPM status to system information. So they're pushing TPM to game use as well. Oh, anti-cheat systems. I mean, if it's an alternative to kernel level anti-cheat stuff, which I hate, I think that's fine. But I don't know if it's an alternative or just a supplement. Because I had League of Legends installed for a while. Way years back, I played League for like 3 months, 4 months or something, basically nonstop, because I had friends that were into it at the time. And it's fun to play with people. But anyways, I installed it a while back just to see my profile and such. And it installed that kernel level anti cheat software, which just feels dangerous to me. I know it's a necessity in a way, in some ways, but if something like this can replace that, it'd probably be good. I can't even spell. Okay. Used in conjunction. Uh, hmm. Let me put this into Google instead. So it's spelled Kernel. So it's just going to be more and more unpleasant for. I mean, it makes sense because who wants to play with cheaters? But yeah. Hmm. I haven't been to Ars Technica in a long time. Let's see what their website looks like. This specific browser does remove some ads, but it doesn't fully remove stuff. Well, I mean, I have a plugin. It's the DuckDuckGo thing. So Firefox itself doesn't. It's just the plugin that does it. what this is. DeepMind Robotic Ballet, an AI coordinated manufacturing robots. Like, how would this be any different than the current stuff? I hate autoplay videos so much. Hmm. Microsoft Flight Simulator coming to PS5. What? Sonic games on Nintendo consoles? Oh, wait. It's funny. Hmm. Like, how is this a game that would make sense to be used on a console? Because I feel like it's super expansive. Does it stream data like the actual PC game? Hmm. I wish I could get into flight simulator stuff. Always seemed fun, but I don't know. Just feels like a waste of time for where I am at in the online video stuff. Costco New Zealand clearing out their Xbox stock at half price. Console Wars Death Watch. Oh boy. Is that really a deal? Although it's New Zealand money. Oh, $258. Okay. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Yeah. I'm surprised Microsoft hasn't gone this direction a long time ago because they made their closed Xbox system. But to me, Windows should be their gaming system. So I mean, they can have like an Xbox app and then sell custom built verified computers as a console. Like, okay, this pre-built Xbox computer. You know, you can buy it. And it basically would be like an Xbox, but it's a little bit more open. That would make sense to me. And then that would be the benchmark of what games should consider for performance. I mean, it really wouldn't be that much different. And then you could have the official Microsoft Xbox PC, and then you could have Asus Xbox PC, and then you could have whatever else. And then on Windows, we would get all the games, which I would assume a lot of them are on computer now. But I don't know if everything is. But I feel like Microsoft screwed up so much because they could have been. I mean, now they've got Steam to deal with, and then the Epic Store, and then whatever other one. There's GOG. There's really no reason to buy games through Microsoft's app thing. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Will Xbox be a PC app? Oh wait. Yes, Xbox app is now available on users to access and launch games from various PC storefronts, including Xbox Game Pass. Let's see what this is. Xbox PC app. Discover and download new games. Hmm. I mean, if it could integrate all of the stores, then maybe it would have a purpose. Like as the Amazon of games. You have all the different sellers stuff. $12 a month? No thanks. I can't justify much gaming. So, I mean, obviously streaming games is a thing, but to actually be successful at it is not easy. I'm kind of curious how this works. My Xbox. Anyways, I'm going to head out. It was not a very productive stream, but anything else? Have to figure out what to do with that app. Probably remake it and then release it as a different name at some point. But we'll see. Yep. Peace. Gonna head out.